Once more to Jyotish analysis and prediction. Today, on request of one viewer who requested me to predict something about a native, it's a female native, uh, and she was born in 2002, and what will be her career. Now, here we find that moon is actually in Leo sign, and moon is quite strongly placed there in nakshatra of, and that is actually you have to see the moon. It is Magha nakshatra, that is Ketu's nakshatra, uh, and that means the person will be quite good looking and actually quite stout and good health. But actually in KP chart you will find that this is actually in the 12th house. Moon is in the 12th house. Actually 12th house Lord is in the 12th house, there is no problem actually, and Sun is in the 6th house. So the person will be quite bold person, but actually Moon is in the 12th house to some extent gives a kind of bad luck also, loss of mother, some kind of thing happens. And Ketu you find here in Kepi chart actually is in the 4th house. Ketu gives a kind of bad uh, bad luck actually, because regarding mother actually, because uh, the lord of 4th house is also in the 8th house, and Ketu is in the 4th house is not that good actually, that causes some loss of mother or something related to mother. I hope her mother is okay, but actually this causes some problem regarding mother, okay, and also sometimes may cause some accidents or some problems actually. And Jupiter of course is in the 10th house, that is aspecting uh, the 4th house. That way I think she'll be quite lucky that Jupiter's aspect will save her from these bad luck, um, from incidents, bad incidents. That way I think she's quite happy. And though Moon is in the 12th house in the KP chart, but actually in Rashi chart it is in the Lagna itself, that makes her quite good looking and actually quite you know she will have a lot of intuition power. And Jupiter is in the 11th house, that is also a very good thing actually. It is 5th house lord in the Jupiter is in the 11th house, that means success in education. Jupiter is after all um, lord of education. But actually um, if we see on the basic chart, there we find actually Jupiter is actually retrograde here. There is a big problem actually. Jupiter is retrograde. That way Jupiter may give some problems regarding studies, educations, higher studies. And Jupiter is actually 11th in the 11th house, that is actually 5th house lord in the 11th house. That is good thing, that gives success. Maybe she'll have to try a little harder for success, but actually ultimately she may get success because Jupiter will be aspecting her 4th house, because it is retrograde, and from 4th house actually in the KP chart it is in the 4th house. That way it can aspect the 10th house, 4th house, and it is actually aspecting also the 5th house. That way very good. And Jupiter is also aspecting 1 2 3 4 5 in 3rd house, and also aspecting her 6th 7th house. And okay, that is good thing. But Jupiter is actually retrograde, that is one point, and Jupiter is in enemy house. That way it may cause some problems to the native. This may cause some problems actually. And Ketu is in the 4th house, though is in the sign of exaltation. So Ketu may give her some kind of technical kind of studies. Since in Ketu in KP chart I find that actually the 4th house lord is in the 8th house, though in Jalarashi, but when the fourth house lord is in the eighth house, that way there is some connection about, kind of problems, actually problems related education, some problems related to education may happen, some obstacles may come actually. And also it represents education related to some technical things. It may be computer related because Ketu, Jupiter aspecting each other. Rahu is also conjunct that way. Maybe there is some software technology, technical kind of things may be there. She may study actually, and you know, in Rashi chart actually Jupiter is in the 11th house. That is fifth house lord in the 11th house. She may gain from speculation, because fifth house means speculation, and eighth house is also kind of speculation. And 5, 8, 11 connection is coming that way. Uh, she may like astrology, and if she wants to be astrologer that way also it is possible, because Jupiter is quite religious planet, though it is retrograde, but Jupiter may give some kind of occult science oriented attraction to occult science oriented subjects, and that way also it can give you some success. Speculation may means share market kind of things also there, money oriented speculations, some kind of speculations are also there. 5, 8, 11 connections we find here from Rashi chart, but in Kepi chart actually that is not there. That is in the 10th house, but still, since 5th house and 8th house lord is in the 10th house, some kind of speculation kind of activity may be there. But actually another thing may happen. Actually Jupiter is in the nakshatra of uh, Rahu, and Rahu is sitting in 10th house, so naturally it may be some technical study, and Rahu, Jupiter, Ketu, though there must be some problems related to education maybe, because Jupiter is her uh, actually cusp. If we see the cuspal sublord, there we find that Jupiter is actually her fourth house cuspal sublord, and fourth house means education. First of all, you have to see the education first of all, and she is going through dasha of Venus. That is also important thing. Dasha she is going through. That is very important, because dasha also controls uh, the entire activity, because dasha prevails over some events actually. Venus is here, which is continuing up to 2028. Still, she is born in 2002, so naturally, after Ketu's dasha, which ended in 2008, uh, she has got this one. So from 2008 2028 actually quite some time has passed, and so actually Jupiter, Venus actually, that Venus is continuing now. Within Venus, what sort of thing is going on? Let's see. Actually, this time she is going through Venus, Saturn, and exactly Venus, Saturn, Moon. Actually, Venus, Saturn, Moon is over. Now Venus, Saturn, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. These type of things are happening. Now Venus means what exactly? We have to see. If we see Kepi chart, there we find that actually Venus sitting in the 7th house, and in the Kepi chart actually, but that means something related to public relations kind of jobs, Venus, and Venus is sitting in the nakshatra of Jupiter, and Jupiter actually is representing, if we see the planets, planet signification, um, Venus means what? 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. That means it is definitely showing some kind of fifth house related. That may be Venus is a kind of planet which is related to some creativity, some kind of journalism, some kind of speculation, some kind of architecture, this kind of things. So fifth house is there, 7th house is there, 8th house is also there, 10th house is also profession. So Venus is definitely related to these houses actually, and it is sitting in the nakshatra of Jupiter, that is also indicating 5, 8, 10. That means something related to fifth house is there. Now problem is actually what exactly she will do. That depends. Let's go to the Rashi chart and then KP chart as well. Both are important actually. Moon is sitting in the 12th house. Mercury Sun is the ascendant lord, that is with Mercury, that is sitting in the 6th house. And actually Sun Mercury conjunction is quite good actually for getting jobs. And 6th house, second house lord is actually Mercury in the 6th house. Some kind of financial activity, some kind of job related to banking, finance kind of things are there. And Jupiter is also sublord is 6th house, and sublord of 6th house and 10th house, that is in the second house of zodiac, natural zodiac, with Rahu. That may also indicate a kind of some financial job, or some kind of some related to financial job. It may be something related to banking. And Jupiter also represents some kind of law related things, legal advisors. Jupiter is a very good consultant, and that is sitting in the nakshatra of Rahu. Rahu is very bold planet actually. Rahu enhances Jupiter's good qualities, and Rahu itself is sitting in exalted sign. So that way Rahu also will enhance Jupiter's capacity. And Jupiter is also sitting in sublord of Saturn. These are all technical planets actually. Maybe the girl may study, since Venus is also kind of technical kind of thing, she may study something related to computer related things, and then she can work in a finance organization. That may be a bank, that may be any organization which deals with different kind of speculation kind of things, or in a media house as well actually, because the Venus is also very important here. Which one will prevail over which is very important thing here. So let's see. If we see that actually, first let's see what are the cusps indicating. Yeah, because cusp is very important, that actually rules, since her second house lord is actually Jupiter. Actually Kaspa's sublord of his second house, her second house is actually Jupiter. And then is coming sixth house, that is also Jupiter. And then is coming, you see, the 10th house is also Jupiter. And and 12th house is also Jupiter. So 10th house, 6th house, second house, 2, 6, 10 connection is coming. And why I am considering this thing, because planet wise if I see, Venus is in the nakshatra of Jupiter, and that Jupiter is indicating 2, 6, 10, 12. So what kind of thing may happen? 2, 6, 10 means a kind of job definitely, and she should be successful in getting job. And uh, that may be bank oriented, because Mercury, Venus is also sort of commercial kind of things, and Jupiter is so some financial kind of thing. 2, 6, 10, and that also indicates something related to legal matters, or it may be something related to teaching oriented. She may be a good teacher as well. 2, 6, 10, she may, because Jupiter is after all the nakshatra lord of Venus. So since she is going through Venus Dasha, so she may study finance oriented subject, or even art subject as well. No matter that she will not really study any art subject. It may be philosophy, it may be law. And 2, 6, 10, so that also is quite possible, because and there will be some creative kind of talent. She will be quite talented. uh, Actually, her fourth house sublord is actually Jupiter, and that is actually in the nakshatra of Rahu. Rahu is sitting in the 10th house, and that is in the sublord of Saturn. If I show you that, you will understand. Here it is. If you see, Jupiter is actually cusps. We see the cusp. There you see who is the cuspal sublord of actually 4th house. That we can see here. Jupiter is actually cuspal sublord of 4th house, because 4th house means education in Kepi chart. And then if we see the planets, then let's see what is happening. In the planets, we will see that actually Jupiter is in the nakshatra of, here it is. You see, Jupiter is first of all retrograde, and that is sitting in the house of Mercury. Here it is, and that is in the nakshatra of Rahu, and then in the sublord of Saturn. Now, what does it mean actually? Mercury means actually something related to communication, because Jupiter is in the nakshatra of, in the house of Mercury, means in Mercury, that is, third house of zodiac sign, natural zodiac, that is a house of communication. Rahu is also a communicating planet, that is kind of, technology kind of things, and Saturn is also technology. So that way also Jupiter is retrograde actually, and that is conjunct with Rahu. That way also it indicates kind of job related to something related to technical kind of things. So many options are there. What exactly she will study actually? If we see her studies, actually education, that is indicated by Jupiter, and Jupiter is strongly indicating something communication oriented. Some, it may be any technical kind of thing as well, and computer related, or something related to, there are many kind of technical things, not necessary that it will be always engineering kind of thing, or it may be even architecture kind of things. It may be something beauty related kind of things, because Venus is involved, since Venus Dasha is going on. So like architecture kind of things, interior decoration kind of things, something related to art and culture, journalism, this is also technical kind of things. So there are so many options are there actually. But anyway, uh, since her career is important, that person is actually who asked me about the career of this girl actually. So what will be the career actually? She may study technical things, okay. She may also study law related things, because Jupiter itself is a planet which relates to something philosophy, law, something like that. Since Jupiter is under influence of Rahu and also Saturn, so it may be anything related to finance, something related to law, something related to medicine, something related to science oriented subject, even medicine also. It may be anything. And there are so many connections I will show you. But what exactly will she do? The career prospect, how is the career prospect? That is most important thing. So let's see the planetary signification. That is the most important thing. In Jupiter's, since Jupiter is the primary planet for her, um, you see here is the thing. No, better we go to that other one. It is better. I mean, from here we'll understand everything better. You see, 10, 10, 5 and 8. So definitely showing profession. That means success. And she may get high post, quite high position. And 5 and 8 also. Fifth house means some kind of, some speculative kind of things, some creative kind of things, or even child related kind of child related. If she has doctored, she may be a child specialist. 8 means operation kind of things. No, it may be anything, psychology kind of things, anything can be. It is really hard to say what exactly you should do, but from here we can get many options actually. Fifth house means kind of speculation, not only speculation. We always think about speculation. Why speculation only? It may be a childbirth related thing, something related to children, and or it may be psychology kind of things. 8 means something related to some mystery, some research oriented kind of things, everything it can be. And uh, and since Jupiter is also the fourth house lord, actually 8 connection is there, 6th and 8 is there, and 10th is also there. So kind of engineering kind of subjects also quite possible. So what sort of subjects you will study? Mainly, according to my observation, it may be a technical planet, a technical study, because it is not necessary that since it is Jupiter, it may only give you some philosophical kind of subjects or in kind of religious kind of activities. Yes, she may be definitely religious person, but she may not like, because Jupiter is retrograde. That is a big problem actually. Sometimes that gives a kind of withdrawal nature. She may not like. That is also another problem. She may be very hard, a realistic person. Because why I'm telling, she is very practical person. There is a reason behind that. Actually, let's go to the basics. Let's go to the basics. Here you find, what is that? Here you see her Atmakarak planet. What is her Atmakarak planet? Venus is her Atmakarak planet. Here it is. And that is actually, Venus is a luxurious planet. It's very practical planet. Venus is not that actually it will be so religious. So Venus itself has its own capacity. And where exactly is Venus sitting? In the seventh house. And the seventh house means something related to public related matters or business, commercial things, retail house, this kind of things are there. And with Sun, definitely some creativity is there, definitely, but disturbing, quite disturbing. Sun, Venus together in the seventh house creates some problem in marriage. That's another issue. But actually, you see, and her Mercury is actually the Amattakara planet. So Mercury is very important. Mercury means something related to finance, something related to intelligence. And since Mercury is actually sitting in the sixth house, and Mercury is a second house lord, and that is actually sitting in the sixth house with actually in Capricorn, that is with Sun, actually Sun Mercury conjunction in the sixth house. So what exactly will happen? It may be a financial organization. She may study something related to technical things, definitely, but actually she may work in a bank, it may be a financial organization, or even she may study law. And she may be a lawyer. That also is quite possible, because in Capricorn, moon is sitting in the 12th house. That way it gives you kind of, and Mars is sitting in the ninth house. You see, Mars is also a subject oriented, fourth house related, that is sitting in the ninth house. So uh, Mars will give her actually a kind of legal matters. Mars is strong in its own house. In Lagna chart, sitting in its own house, actually Mars sitting in own house, that is actually fourth house lord sitting in the ninth house. So naturally she may have a higher studies, and that may be related to something um, science oriented, maybe science oriented, like higher studies related to some technical kind of subjects, or it may be law related matter. And since 2, 6, 9, and 10, 12 connection is fine, since moon is actually in the nakshatra of Ketu, and itself is sitting in the 12th house. That way it may get different kind of options. First of all, see Saturn Rahu conjunction in the second house of zodiac sign, natural zodiac, that is actually 10th house. So Saturn Rahu, actually it is a Shapit dosh. People say it is Shapit dosh because Rahu will definitely disturb in profession. Saturn means profession, Rahu is there, and Saturn will be actually obstructed by Rahu. That is also quite possibility there. And let's see the degree. And Rahu's degree is 29 degree, whereas Saturn's degree is 14. So definitely Saturn is approaching Rahu when That way actually maybe she will be losing job. She may lose her job, or she may lose her profession, or she might find some difficulty in her profession. That is also point. And who Saturn conjunction in the 10th house, and that is aspecting the 4th house. Ketu is there in the 4th house, that may give some problems in our education. Ketu is in the 4th house, that may give some problem, though technical study, but actually it will definitely disturb her in her childhood, maybe related to mother, family, or whatever it is. But sort of technical action, I am very optimistic. I already told you, actually I always try to find plus signs, plus positivity in the chart. Actually there may be many negative things, but actually I find that Mars is actually the 4th house lord, that is sitting in the 9th house. So that means she may go for higher studies as well, and Ketu is very strong here in the 4th house. That way maybe she will go for higher studies, and it may be mainly related to something technical, or it may be medicine oriented or law related matters. And Jupiter is in the 11th house, that also ultimately will give her kind of um, 5th house and 8th house lord in the 11th house. So that way also indicates some kind of success in our struggle. Actually 5th house means education, speculation, um, creativity, sports activities, journalism, sort of things, and 8th house is speculation, 5th house is also speculation, 8th house is technical things, and ultimately she will gain a lot, because Jupiter is in the 11th house, though it is also giving effect of 12th, 10th house, and also retrograde. Maybe she will have to try a little harder, and it is aspecting the 5th house and also aspecting her 3rd house. She will definitely try hard, and it is also aspecting the 7th house. Even if there is any problem in the 7th house, maybe Jupiter's aspect will save her from that problem. Venus is in the 7th house. Venus is actually her 3rd house as well as her 10th house lord. That is the most important. 3rd house and 10th house lord is actually sitting in the 7th house. So she'll be engaged in some sort of public relation kind of job, or maybe another thing may happen, that she may not do any job at all, but she may do something, uh, you know self profession. uh, she will not go for anybody's service. Actually she may do her own business, her own entrepreneurship, that kind of thing, self-employed kind of thing, self-employment, that may also happen. And since it is related to sun is actually her lagna lord, that is sitting in the 7th house, and Venus is actually the dasha lord, and that is 10th house lord sitting in the 7th house. Maybe something related to business, or something self-employed kind of thing. And why I'm telling that she is very practical person, there is an indication actually why saying that. If you see the basics, you see um, sun, her lagna lord, actually that is in Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Shatabhisha Nakshatra is a very practical planet, very talented planet, and in the third charan, third pada is very, the ambitious, very ambitious. And another thing, moon is in the first pada. That is okay. She will be very much, uh, she will like to develop something on her own. Uh, she will like her own self efforts. She will try everything herself on her own. She'll be quite religious as well. Lagna is also in Purva Falguni Nakshatra. She'll be quite creative as well. and Mercury is in the third house. That again, she'll be quite, and that is in the Shravana nakshatra, and in the third pada, that is also, she'll be quite, she will have a lot of initiative, and she will try to do, achieve something, desires. She has a lot of desires actually. That is calm. There are four charans actually. First is actually dharma, next is artha, third is kama, and fourth is moksha. That way, so naturally she will like to do something. She must have a passion for something. Mercury is very much practical planet, and she will try to do something on her own. And Jupiter actually is the 10th house lord actually. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is actually a very important planet for her. It's the fifth house lord actually. In basics, I am talking about basic chart here, Rashi chart. That is Lagna chart. That is the fifth house lord as well eighth house lord, and that is retrograde though, but sitting in uh, second pada. There is, and Venus is also sitting in the second pada, Saturn is also sitting in the second pada, Rahu is sitting in the second pada. Most of the planets, there are so many planets sitting second pada. And you see Mars is also sitting in the second pada. She is quite practical. That means Artha. And she will definitely be very much successful in her career if she wants, and she may be self-employed. She may like to work independently, may not like working under anybody. Even if she does any job, maybe after some time she will start her own business. It may be something related to anything. It may be creative kind of thing, it may be financial organization, it may be something related to law, something related to advice, something related to teaching, anything, whatever is that. But if she is studying some technical kind of subject or some finance oriented subject, whatever it is, but actually she will be quite successful in her career. At least from Vedic chart we can see that Mars is a very important planet here. Mars is our fourth house lord and also her ninth house lord. That is sitting in second pada and in Ashwini nakshatra. That is another point actually. Ashwini nakshatra is very useful nakshatra. That is sitting in the fourth house. The lord of Ashwini nakshatra is sitting in the fourth house. That indicates something related to technical, or it may be even medicine oriented, because the Shani means doctor actually, or advocate as well. Another is Mercury. Mercury is sitting in the Shravana nakshatra, and that Shravana nakshatra, the moon is sitting is actually in Lagna, that is in the fifth house of natural zodiac. That also to some extent shows some creativity kind of thing, or even it may be something related to medicine, because Ketu is a very since Shravana nakshatra, the moon itself is sitting in the nakshatra of Ketu, and Mercury is sitting in Shravana nakshatra. Mercury Shravana nakshatra, it may be something very interesting indeed. Mercury is the lord of education actually in general. Mercury is lord of education. Mercury means intelligence. So Shravana nakshatra is in the lord of Shravana nakshatra is Sun. Shravan is actually or something related to some creative kind of thing. It may be singing, it may be music oriented something. She may have such kind of talents actually, creative talents also maybe. Sin moon is seen reading in Magha nakshatra, and she'll be quite highly ambitious, may reach high positions also. Magha means great. And Jupiter is retrograde though, but actually that is also in second pada, though retrograde actually, but in Adra nakshatra. Venus, that is also the 10th house lord, that is sitting in second pada, that is also in Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra, in Aquarius sign. Sorry, Venus is in the Aquarius sign, yes, and in Rashi chart actually, if we see the Rashi charts, there we can find actual position. You see, Lagna chart. So Venus is actually sitting in seventh house, so that is in the Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra, and that nakshatra lord actually sitting in the 11th house. So there is a connection of business and business success in business, income from business, this kind of thing that is there actually. So fifth house lord sitting in the 11th house, and actually Venus sitting in the nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 11th house. These type of things are there actually. Connections are there. So most of the planets, so many planets are sitting in second pada, and that is making her very practical person, very ambitious as well, and she may be quite successful person. So that's all about her career prospects. I don't think she'll be a failure. But anyway, I don't know what exactly she's studying because I don't know her personally. As much I can see, she's quite ambitious because Leo sign is not that. Um, Not only Leo sign, Lagna as well as Rashi both are same, and that is why she is good looking but very energetic and very brave person, and is not that actually very shy person at all. Very bold kind of person, and a leadership quality is there definitely. And Magha Nakshatra, and that is in the Ketu. Ketu is actually in the fourth house. Ketu in the fourth house gives some problem actually related to mother, unhappiness kind of things. But though Ketu is actually a very and that is actually sitting in the nakshatra of what I told you. In Navamsha, let's see what is actually Ketu's position. If we see the Ketu's position, that is actually in Jupiter's sign actually. That is good actually. Rahu is also in its own sign. That is also good thing. Mercury is an own sign. That is also good thing. Mars, Venus, Saturn, all are sitting in the 10th house. That is giving some technical kind of thing. Sun is in the 7th house itself. Sun is Bhargatam, that kind of thing. So she will be very strong-willed person actually. Yeah. But few definitely, and there are some obstacles as well. I am telling, there are some obstacles definitely because you see Ketu itself is a problem, and uh, actually that is a big problem. And Mars is aspecting Ketu, so naturally she may have some problem related to her fourth house. I don't know what sort of problems she may have. It may be some accident or maybe some loss of mother, some God forbid that she has this type of problem. And actually, Ketu is in the fourth house, not that good actually. Ketu is very bad thing, but in education it may give some technical subjects. Saturn is aspecting Ketu. Ketu is aspecting, though Ketu doesn't aspect actually in Vedic astrology. And Rahu Saturn together, and Saturn is approaching Rahu, so naturally that is a big problem. Rahu sometimes gives sort of media kind of that is in the house of Venus, so naturally it can give you some media related job also. It may be journalism kind of thing. Since Jupiter is actually fifth house lord, that is sitting in the 11th. How many combinations are there? You see, so many combinations are there. Now, you may take some kind of education that may be related to some commerce background, some kind of some arts oriented subject, and suddenly you go to media line, or you may be a lawyer. That also maybe later you can join a media kind of service. Anything it may be. So many connections are there. But anyway, what I'm saying, actually, moon is in the Lagna. That is very good thing. Moon in Lagna means make strong and good looking, good personality, leadership quality, very good thing. Sun is actually the Lagna Lord, that is sitting in the seventh house, though it's enemy house with Venus. Okay, Venus is the 10th house Lord, though everybody will see this Venus Sun combination is not good. But I'll say, okay, still it is good because it sometimes make you very famous actually. Sun itself is a planet of fame, and Venus makes one very attractive, and Venus is aspecting Moon, Moon is aspecting Venus. That means it makes the person very attractive, and Sun is also kind of personality. She will have a attractive personality, and that way also good thing. But Rahu Saturn combination aspecting fourth house, that may pull him back. That is a big problem. Even if she has so many talents, maybe she may be failure sometimes. That is a big problem. But Venus Dasha is going on. That is the thing. Venus Dasha is going on. Venus is actually 10th house lord. That is sitting in actually 7th house. So that is why I think Venus will give her some public relation kind of profession. Actually, I am telling profession. Profession may be a business. Profession may be a job as well. And Mercury is sitting in the 6th house, and second house lord sitting in the 6th house. That gives kind of banking kind of service, or even job, definitely any job, and finance organization. And 5th house lord sitting in the, actually Jupiter is also kind of finance oriented um, planet, and that also sitting in the 11th house. That is also actually in the 10th house by retrograde motion. And Rahu Saturn together, technical kind of thing. Maybe she may study technical things, or even she may study something related to finance, something related to philosophy, something related to English language, anything. But ultimately, she should be successful in her profession, though in earlier part of her life she may have some struggle. But Venus ultimately gave her success, because Venus is well placed, and Venus is in the nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter, though retrograde, but Jupiter is sitting in the 11th house. So Jupiter will make sure that she becomes successful in her career. And since why career? Because Venus is actually the 10th house lord, and 10th house lord sitting in the nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter is sitting in the 11th house. That is why she will be quite successful in her career, though it is very early in her life. How old is she now? 2002 to 2012, 10 years, and then 2012 to 2022, that means another 20 years, and it is 21, 22 something, so this is just the beginning of her career. She is just studying. Maybe she is having her higher studies. I don't know what she is going to do. She may be quite creative person, and she may be very good in education, maybe a technical, anything. Overall, her career is very bright, and she is very bold person, successful person. Saturn Rahu conjunction in the 10th house may give us some success as well as some problems as well. Ketu in the 4th house may give us some problem, but also success. And Sun Venus conjunction in the 4th house, that is also all the kendras are actually occupied by some planets. That is good thing actually. You see, all the four kendras, the first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house, all kendras are actually occupied by planets. That is good thing. And Jupiter is in the 11th house. That is another point. And Mercury is a very good planet, very useful planet actually, because that is the 11th house and second house lord, that is sitting in the 6th house. In 6th house, Mercury gives good results actually. That gives a position actually, though Mercury is sitting in Savana nakshatra, and that nakshatra lord sitting in the Lagna itself. So Savana nakshatra gives her kind of some kind of creative kind of activities, creative line, that sort of things also may happen actually. Jupiter, Venus is actually a creative planet, so that way, and Venus sitting in the nakshatra of Jupiter, so that you understand. So overall, this is the analysis of our chart. Overall, I think this person is going to be quite successful person in her career, in her education as well. In conclusion, I can say Uh, Education wise, she may have lot of options, mainly finance or technical, and even something related to philosophy or economics kind of things there may be. But technical sort of subjects are more likely, and actually uh, initially she may have some setbacks because of Ketu, but Ketu will not only give her some failures, also will give her quite analytical, good analytical power. And those who are interested in Java oriented language or programming languages, software kind of things, technical kind of subjects, mainly very intricate subjects and very complicated subjects, deep analysis required. That type of subjects are very good for Ketu, and Mars is sitting in the ninth house, that gives good higher studies. So these are the options. So that's all for it. Uh, I hope the person who asked me the subject, uh, about the career, actually career of this girl, he will get the answer actually. Overall, I find, again for his satisfaction, I want to show him one thing. Actually, you see KP chart. There you see her present dasha is actually Venus, and Venus is showing 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. So 8 is definitely there. Some kind of problems related to her career will definitely arise, and also it may give some kind of technical kind of uh, connections also. 5 means what? Speculation kind of thing. 5 also gives kind of creative kind of things. 3 means communication oriented things. 7 means marriage related matters. She may have some relationship also. 10 means profession. So Venus is giving all sorts of things. Overall, it is quite good, and that is the most important thing. And her education Lord as well as her profession Lord is Jupiter. That is also indicating 5, 8, 10. Fifth house is definitely very strong here. Fifth house means creativity. So she may be involved in some kind of creative job, or even it may be something related to education, something related to consultancy, something related to child related subjects, something caring kind of subjects. It may be even medicine oriented subjects. And it means something technical, or it may be something research oriented, that sort of thing. So these two are very important, Jupiter and Venus, that you can find here. And Mercury is actually overall a very important planet, 2, 6, 11, 12. So Mercury giving her success. 2, 6, 11, very good indeed actually, because Mercury means everything. Without Mercury you cannot do anything in life, and Mercury, he is her second house as well, 11th house lord, and that is giving 2, 6, 11. That means she will be quite successful in her career. And what else? Her own Lagna Lord is actually Sun, that is also indicating 1, 6, 10. That means she will be very successful. She may be very successful in a career. Moon is also showing 4, 12. That is a big problem. But 12th house means hospital also. Maybe during Moon's Dasha she may have some problem regarding foreign related matters or some heavy expenses. uh, Moon will make her spend a lot of money actually for her mother or for herself, um, for any other kind of things. What else you want to know? Everything is done. And Saturn is the lord of profession in general, so that is also giving 6, 7, 9, 12. 6 means job, 7 means business oriented kind of things, 9 means luck, fortune, and that also indicates consultancy kind of thing, and that is something related to law. 12th house is also related to court, and 6th house is related to something related to law, that type of things. But anyway, actually so many options are there. Now what exactly will she do, that is actually determined by the dasha. That is more important thing. So according to dasha, I may say that she may be quite successful in her career, because 10th house is there. And cusp wise, if I see her cusps wise, her Venus Dasha is going on. Venus is in the nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter is the sublord of second house, fourth house, sixth house, and what else? You see, also 10th house. So 2, 6, 10 connection is there. 2, 6, 10. 2, 6, 10. That means success in career. And 2, 6, 10 gives lot of options. 2, 6, 10 means teaching. 2, 6, 10 means consultancy. 2, 6, 10 means you know law related matters, anything, banking sort of things. And she may be quite creative. I mean to say, she may be quite creative, she may be speculative, and she may also go for business. So far I have discussed in many ways. Maybe you may be a little confused, but ultimately if you want to come to the conclusion, my conclusion is that she should be quite successful, because most of her planets are actually in the second quarter of the nakshatras, that is second pada. 4 planets are in second pada of different nakshatras. That is why she will be more money oriented, practical, profession oriented. She will be quite professional, and she will be very successful. That's all.